All right, so Read to Self, just some things. I've been doing it since the beginning of the school year, and it's kind of been a learning curve for me, but it's been so awesome, and Lynn's doing it, and a few of these others are too, and it's a great way to see them reading and taking some control of their own reading. Just some things that I found, and these are not my own creations, so I'm not taking credit for any of them. I found them on Pro Teacher. Did you tell them about that? Okay. There's some great things. It takes a little finagling, but when you were talking about the checking for understanding when they're reading to someone, I found this bookmark that they can keep in their book bins, which basically says good readers retell what they read, and it just says the who, what happened, when, where, and why. And then after they read with their partner, they have to check for understanding of each other's reading. So they keep this in their book bins with them. Another thing for read to someone, sorry, well I've got it here, the reading coach is pretty awesome, and I found this bookmark that they also keep with them that just says reading coach when your partner is stuck, silently count 1, 2, 3, ask do you want coaching your time, and then ask have they tried, go back and reread, skip the word and come back, chunk sounds together, what word can fit here, look at the pictures, and then what are they going to do to figure it out. It just gives them a framework for working with their partner. So another thing for read to someone that we've done is using a carpet square. We've talked about sitting eek, and I think it's pretty cool, but a lot of times they don't have a perception of what that looks like. It could be like this, or it could be like, you know, hanging over top of each other. So if they have a carpet square, it just kind of defines their space a little bit easier. For upper L, it doesn't sound like that's going to work so well, but for lower L, they think it's fun. They think it's cute.
I think my kids would be fine with it.
So, which helps define their space, as I said. So that works really, really well. Also for read to someone, oh, let's see here. The check for understanding, the coaching bookmark, sitting eek, the carpet square, and then also giving them those 3 choices. And then I actually have them declare to me before they start what type of read to someone they're going to do. Are they going to do the read 2 books? Are they going to share a book or read 2 different books? Or choral read, I forget what it's called, but so that they know what their mission is. For read to self, basically those anchor charts, I really feel that those are really important. We reviewed every single day that chart. They had it ingrained in their brain. Here's what children are expected to do, here's what teachers expected to do. And we have them hanging from our lights. And so every couple weeks we review them and go over them so that they know exactly what's expected, because of course they do lose track of what they're supposed to be doing. Also, we ring a bell. Of course, she talks about having some sort of system for getting them back if they're not doing it appropriately. The first week that I did it, I was like on pins and needles, and I think Shar was like, oh my gosh, Lisa, what was going on in your room today? I just heard your bell going, because I was so concentrated on having them training their muscle memory, and I didn't want them to do it the wrong way. And so I was walking around, but at the same time, my eyes were just constantly watching. And somebody even just moved over like maybe 5 or 6 feet. I rang the bell and called them back, and just talking through why we came back and processing and then starting it again. So I think that was incredibly powerful. And to this day, we rarely have an issue. They know what's expected, and they just do it. And even some of my kids who are squirrely, incredibly squirrely, need to be on medication squirrely, what I've done for them is they can't find their own seat because it would take them the entire time, and I'd be calling everybody back. So they have their own special seat that they go to, and it's a seat where nobody else is around them. Usually all of his books are completely spread out all over the floor, and his shoes are untied and off, but he's laying there, he's reading. Place them in a spot where they can be successful, because if you're constantly calling them back as a group for just that one student, you're going to get some annoyed kids. And then also the practicing whole group, an incorrect model was pretty powerful, and choosing the kids who struggle the most to be your incorrect model is pretty powerful too.
So Lisa, since you've done it since pretty much the beginning of the year, what do you see is the difference in your kids from how you've done reading before?
Oh, they are incredibly more independent. When we do Daily 5, obviously my kids know all 5 of the daily 5, and we check in. We'll do a mini lesson, and I call their name, they tell me what their choice is, and we move on like this. Boom, they're doing it. It takes 2 seconds. They're busy doing stuff. I'm working with individual kids sitting down next to them, conferencing, working on strategies. I didn't have that before. I mean, you were pulling groups for guided reading. Oh, so-and-so's over there messing around, so you got to go stand up and deal with them. So-and-so has to use the bathroom, so they're asking you to use the bathroom. Just the establishing the rules and what's expected. They are not allowed to use the bathroom. They know that. That took a long time for them to get used to, but we're there. Yeah, definitely more independent. Also, last year, my frustration was always these kids during independent reading time or super silent reading, they don't have a book. So they spend half the time in the book area trying to find a just right book for them. Well, they're probably just avoiding reading, period. So I don't allow them to look for books during that time. They have a book bin, and it has 5 to 8 books in it, and their time to get just right books is first thing in the morning. It's part of their morning work. And so that way when we get to super silent reading or read to self time, you start. There's no dilly-dallying, there's no walking around the classroom. You start immediately. So that's been incredibly powerful too. And then you guys were talking about real versus fake reading, and I found this thing online, this little activity where they actually have to do a graph or a comparison between what fake reading looks like and what real reading looks like, and there's all these things that they read and they decide where it goes, like think about other things and daydream. Is that real reading or fake reading? Take their time and enjoy their book. Make noise and disturb others. Open and close the same book many times. Get up and down during reading time. Turn the pages too quickly. Cannot talk about the book or understand it. So all those things that we've lived and we know is here, and it's a great way for them to kind of, look at it too. So, I think that just about sums it up.
Good.
So.
Good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.